part?
Depends on what you think is the easy part.
Saying goodbye.
Yeah, that's easy.
All right.
How do you do?
That's good song to Mia. For Mia! Hi, Daddy! Hey, look at me! We appear on the map! Our Father, Heavenly, good little boy, and bless Mommy and bless Daddy. Amen. Well, hello! Yes, I'm going out hunting elephants and tigers. My teacher run after us are alligators. What's that, Daddy? Like it, Daddy? I hope I don't have to eat like that. It'd be too hard to clean. Well, hello! I'm an American man. How do you do? You're not supposed to shake hands with our left hand. You're not supposed to wear gloves in the house either. Well, who is it? Oh, are you a general? Well, I'm a soldier myself and I'm hunting all day long. Oh, yes, a few elephants, a few tigers. No, I'm not very long now. A giant come here woke me up. No, Amelia, it wasn't imagination. It was a jam. Come here woke me up. And when I got up, he had a hold of my arm. Oh, no, he was a nice jam. I gave him a picture book, and then he went away. Are there lots of gents around here? That must have been him then. Well, really, Daddy, other than that elephant and tiger, I believe that. What jump? Oh, he's real. Ooh, he's a great big man with a hairy coat on. And he walks like this. Yes, yes, yes. Oh no, he doesn't come through the door or through the wall. Over there. Oh no, he's a night owl. He gave me a watch. Yes. Would you like to see it? Yes. If the John will come with me.
We've warned you.
You've been warned. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute, the podcast that dissects the Universal Frankenstein film series minute by minute. I'm Tom Lang.
And I'm Bill Evenson, and you join us for minute 24 of Universal's 1939 film, Son of Frankenstein. This is the big one. This is the one everybody's been waiting for. There's, it's like Luke blowing up the Death Star. It's like...
the attack on the village in Apocalypse Now. There's all these
Spanish Dracula where we pan up the stairs really fast.
These are moments, yeah.
This is one of those moments that stands out in movie history. It's in our introduction. You've already heard audio from this
this very minute.
In the introduction. I did do it out of order, though. I kind of wanted to stress the word son. So he says son, the father, and then he says, good morning, son. Well, hello. It kind of worked better in my... Yeah, I thought it had a better rhythm.
Yes.
In the movie, it doesn't go that way.
No. In the movie,
the first thing that happens when you turn on this minute is a little fucker comes out and says, hello.
Well, hello.
Yep, hello.
Or more to the point, well, hello. Yeah.
Fantastic. So the thing I was going to say is when
how this did not get a Best Supporting Actor or nod, I just don't know.
When preparing for this minute, I had the movie playing and it was on too loud, and I think we were eating a meal or something, and Jackie was trying to talk over all this thunder and lightning sound, and then it came to well, hello, and she said, "Turn that shit off." So that's the comment I
knew I liked
her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
that's wonderful.
The only time she's lost her temper at a Frankenstein film is, well, turn that off.
Turn that shit off. Yeah.
Peter's come for breakfast.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy minute.
Does Peter have breakfast?
Evidently not.
With Amelia. He must have already had breakfast with Amelia.
Yeah, that poor woman.
Is she a wet nurse?
Whatever they pay her is not enough.
Yep. I mean, yeah, he's awful. I think, I mentioned it last week, but this minute is, very Peter heavy. Peter says the first line. He says what approximates part of the last line.
Well, yeah, he does his best to parrot back the lines that he's meant to say, but by no means acts them, is my take on it.
The thing
we could see it.
I think that's right. I think you're right. But
he's waiting to say what he's been told to say.
Yes, that is how it comes across. However, he's 4? Did we destroy
Yeah,
this?
yeah. And it's not his fault.
4-year-olds in real life can sound stilted because they
Well,
they're not good at talking yet. So I'm just going to say, yeah.
You say that he gives a fine performance. Realistic.
This is now a highlight. Yeah.
This is like documentary realism.
Yep, that's what little kids do. They say, well, hello, when they wake up in the morning.
Yes. Good morning, son. You know, what are you going to do? Go on, honey.
Yeah. Going, honey! Like
Pause. Lee is off camera. Okay, these are the 3 things that you need to say.
Yep.
When I point to you, you say it. You know,
going, honey.
Elephants.
Yeah, there's a mistake
tigers.
in the subtitles there. The subtitles say that Peter says elephants and tigers, but that's not what he says.
No.
He says effants. Effants and tigers.
Yep. That's
and, well, you didn't want me to bring out the script book, but let me just bring out the script book to show you the cover and just wave it at you. I'm not going to pull that. I'm not going to open it. I have my notes here.
I did make a note that
some of the animals. So Irwin, people will know this.
It could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse. All of this is worse. It goes on for multiple scenes.
Yeah.
And the character of Irwin in the script, some of the animals that Irwin is hunting from the script.
Yes.
Rhinopolises.
Yeah.
Spelled just like friend of the show Dino Rhinopolises, creator of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yes.
Rhinometer or rhinometer.
Rhinometer. It's you know, don't you have one?
My rhinometer is busted.
It's up.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it with my.
Started raining. I'm like, why the
CO2
CO2, your
and fire
CPAP?
smoke alarm.
Oh, okay, the rhinometer.
In my rhinometer.
Yep.
I actually had them hardwire them in, so I don't have to replace the batteries.
See, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Well, you have a battery backup, right? Because the rhinometer.
Well, in case the power goes out. Oh, yeah.
So all that's doing is measuring the amount of rhinos in your house.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right now it's 0.
No, it stays at 0.
It stayed at 0.
Giraffe. Did you see that one in there?
That. I didn't write these down. I did look at it.
Yep.
Like, oh, God.
Rhinocephant.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf later refers to rhinocephants, but with a lot more letters.
Yeah.
Spelled completely differently.
Yeah.
While Irwin isn't even in the room.
Yeah.
He also goes after Indians. There's an Indian in particular. This is Irwin.
Yes.
Is hunting an Indian. There's one in particular he wishes to make bite some dust.
Yep.
And then they make a joke about how much dust there is. So yes.
Well, you use the term joke pretty loosely, but
could have been a lot worse.
Could have been worse.
Could have been a
could
lot
have been
worse,
folks. As painful as this minute is, it could have been. You know, consider that delivered by Donnie Dunnigan at 4 years old.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I think they may have made a conscious decision to make it not so hard to do. Like, you know, rhinopolises, rhinometer, all that stuff. You're gonna dedicate yourself to teaching a kid who can barely say his lines anyway to say things wrong too. It's just give them regular words and see.
Well, and I think they try to realize that it's not funny, it's not cute.
Well, that doesn't help. Yeah.
Let's
There's that too.
Let's just get rid of that now.
Yep.
We don't have to cut it out in post.
Hunting elephants and tigers nowadays, big game hunting is usually frowned upon, but you do see a lot of dickheads doing it. You got the Trump kids. That's
why I don't get Papa John's pizza anymore.
Was it Papa John's?
Firstly, because it's terrible pizza, but also he's a
didn't even know that about him, but he's gone too. So
is he?
There's that. But Jimmy John's is the big one.
Yeah, that too.
The guy from Jimmy John's. There's actually a picture of him.
I don't eat that either.
With a shark. Yeah. He's laying on top of the shark, and he is naked.
Yeah.
His ass is. No, I got to be honest. I like Jimmy John's. I eat there regularly.
I haven't eaten there since.
I got problems.
No. Yeah,
I don't get Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
so there's that.
I hear it's really good. I'll never buy it.
Yeah, I used to eat it because they had one in the cafeteria at the airline I worked at in Atlanta. Okay. You better come along down here. There's some stairs over there. Which it's nice of him to fill in that little detail so Peter doesn't just take a swan dive.
Just take a leap off of the mountain.
But it didn't occur to me until watching it just now that the reason he says that is because you don't know that when watching it. They don't show the stairs.
You don't think you could infer without him having said that there were stairs that he got down?
I would.
I'm an audience member, you're an above average
film watcher.
Right.
Yeah, you got a picture 1939.
Simple bumpkins.
The kind of fucking... I don't know what the word is. Yeah, bumpkins is probably the best description of your typical horror audience. Why don't you come down here? Well, how the fuck did he get down there? I didn't know the kid could fly.
able to bilocate? What the hell?
Yep, bilocate. What is it? Is there a portal?
It must be. I don't know if the film doesn't.
So Peter comes down and he's got his gun.
Well, first, as he's coming down,
right?
Wolf says,
Elsa says, "Oh God, it's not.
He's that fucking kid.
For Christ's sake, why did you tell him to come down?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
We're having a nice breakfast." No, Wolf says, "See, it's not so bad in the daylight."
This is actually in the script. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's not exactly word for word, but the idea is there.
The idea is there. Well, I hope we don't have any more nights like last night. Nights like last night that make mornings like this.
Yes. Well, actually, she says any nights like last night, and he goes, ho, ho, ho. And I noticed when I was showing Jackie, she's like, oh, well, she mocked him.
Yep.
Because he does come across that way.
Mansplaining how
a bit. But I don't know. It's not a bad
I don't think it's that big a deal.
Yeah. He's like, well, it's night. It's a good response, really.
Yeah.
Nights like that make mornings like this. Basically, the movie has taken a little break to have a little rest, and now we've woken up in the morning. We're having breakfast. It's sunny out, and this is in keeping with Wolf's character, which is, no, this place is fucking great. Look how beautiful it is. The storm, yeah, I get it, but that's all part of Wolf's rose-colored glasses.
Obtuse view of.
Well, maybe they're not just rose-colored. Maybe they're actually rose-petaled, and you can't see what's really happening at all.
Yeah, I think we've had plenty of evidence of that. And yes, he's going out to take a look at the estate, and he's going to take his gun with him too, which is out of sync. So that was added.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his mouth isn't saying that as the line is being said.
So they thought that was critical.
Definitely had to know, because in only like 40 seconds we see him with his gun. So
spoilers.
Sorry.
But right now we see Peter with his gun, and his gun's got a little thing in the end of it, little plastic. Do you know what I'm talking about? No? Peter's holding a gun.
Oh, yeah.
And in the end of it is a little piece of, I don't know, a cork or something.
It's a cork. It's like a pop gun that would,
right.
Like you see in cartoons and things.
Right.
Yeah. I think by the time we were kids, those were long gone.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you would like pump it, and the air would out with the
out
cork.
would come the little cork, and
on a
right
string,
in somebody's eye.
Somebody's eye would be, definitely. I'm surprised that BB guns are still a thing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, I was just reading about this because listeners will remember from now probably 6 weeks ago, Alec Baldwin killed somebody.
Yeah.
And I was reading about how that happened, and I don't want to make light of it.
No.
It sounds awful, and it's
awful
awful to think that someone goes to work and gets killed generally, but especially in a movie, there's something that's really just so
that's
sad
really
about
disturbing.
that. Especially in 2021, where there doesn't seem to be any reason that you should have something like that on your set. You shouldn't have a gun that can kill people on your set.
Yeah,
there doesn't seem to be any reason for it. And apparently there are some kind of air rifles or air guns that are more common nowadays on set that are less force than a BB gun in case somebody does get shot with one.
Well, from what I understand, it was the prop people mixed it up or whatever, and they're generally super uber careful with that. So I'm not quite sure how this.
Well, did you read?
I didn't really read.
Half dozen people walked off the set less than 24 hours before because they had a list of concerns.
Oh yeah,
including safety concerns, including gun safety, and
really?
The gun had gone off already within less than a week before. Once they submitted that request to leave, they were yelled at and told, get off the set or I'm going to call the police, and they were replaced with non-union equivalents.
Okay.
It sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, I didn't well, it sounds like it was investigated thoroughly and no charges are going to be made against anybody, but
6 weeks later, maybe everybody's in jail.
Who knows. Anyway, poor Basil does his best to carry on acting with Donnie, who does his best to garble out his lines.
Now, keep in mind, Wally Matthews likes the kid. Remember, he said that in whatever minute he was in.
He did. Yeah, it was minute.
It was last season.
Yeah, it was minute 75 of Bride.
Bride, yeah.
Well, good for him. Good for him. That's fine.
I think
everybody's entitled to their opinion, no matter how misguided it is.
I think as a 100-minute movie, it's fine. Donnie doesn't really ruin the movie.
No, he doesn't. I mean, I've seen in books and in online and stuff where, it completely destroys the movie, and it's such a small part of it.
Yeah, it doesn't. He's not bad enough to take you out of it. he's almost bad enough to take you out of it. And
It takes me out of it enough to wonder why they left the take in that they did and didn't at least try to coax a more natural performance rather than just parroting back what he's been told to say.
yeah, I mean,
And it's not Donnie Dunnigan's fault. We've made that perfectly clear.
no, I mean, some of it's Donnie Dunnigan's fault.
No,
I'm just
it's
kidding. I'm
not.
just
It's totally Roland V. Lee's fault for allowing that take to be the one that they used.
It's hard to even look at it objectively at this point. I've seen this movie too many times. Barsky and I have seen this movie plenty of times, still love it. But what I see now is that. So for approximately 1 minute, because next week we won't have much to say about
Yeah,
this,
no,
interestingly enough.
yeah.
For approximately 1 minute, I watch a movie where what you've just described is what's happening. A little boy is acting like a little boy. And yeah, I guess I'm wrong to say it doesn't take you out of it. I guess it does take me out of it. It doesn't seem like a little boy enters the movie. It's now become a little boy acting like a little boy.
Well, a little boy repeating back what he's supposed to say.
Yeah.
Not acting.
Not acting, yeah.
Just saying back what he was supposed to say.
He
And the
seems
thing,
happy.
well, by all accounts, he was
Loved it, yeah.
fun to be around, and everybody enjoyed having him on the set, but it just does not translate to the finished film.
Right.
Whereas in Bambi, he's just fine.
Well,
Yeah.
how old is he then?
It's only
20?
a couple years. Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
don't
he was
know.
37, but you know. No.
Is it just a couple
It's
years?
just a
Well,
couple
when's
years.
Bambi?
It's like 42, 41, 42.
There's one thing I find really curious about Bambi is that there's a thing that actually happened to me in real life that sounds like a cliche, which is I saw Bambi in a movie theater, and all I remember is that opening where the parents or the mom or whatever gets shot by hunters.
Yep.
And that's the case for so many people.
Oh,
I asked
sure.
Jackie about it, and she said, yeah, the exact same thing happened to
sure.
me. Did that happen to you?
Oh, yeah.
So every little kid
I saw
was
it.
forced to see this movie.
Well, yeah, I saw it when I was
It's
a
a
kid.
nightmare, this movie.
But then some friends of mine and I went and saw it as high schoolers because they did a reissue in the early 80s.
Okay. And
And-
you're a big Donnie Dunnigan fan.
Oh, that's why. I was
you're
like,
a-
we are fucking there.
We are going.
And by the end of it, nobody dared to put their hand up to their face because we were not going to admit we were sobbing like little girls.
Yeah.
It's still a powerful film.
Okay.
But
So
yeah, no,
that is
that's
the point of that movie then? Or?
Yeah, it's basically hunting bad. I don't know. I mean, I know hunters. As long as you hunt for food, I'm okay with that. If you're hunting to fuck a shark, then you can go to hell.
Yeah, I guess that's worth mentioning, especially given what I just said about hunting, big game hunting. I did try to make that caveat. It's big game hunting to me is
Right. It's just awful.
pretty gross, and especially what we know about how that process works and how it's just going to lead to extinction of these elephants
absolutely.
for their ivory, and
Absolutely.
we can get it other ways. Same for whales and all that whale
anything,
blubber.
anything.
But yeah, I guess you're right. If you're hunting for food, I don't know. I just personally just not into it.
Oh, no,
For me, that's just I'm not into it.
I'm not either. I've never actually fired a gun in my life. I've never held a real gun in my hand.
Wow, good you.
I don't need to. I have
Yeah.
no need to fire
Yeah.
a weapon.
You're a 20th century man.
That's right.
Yeah.
If I had to kill my own meat, I would probably be a vegetarian. And probably should anyway,
Yeah.
because we cannot sustain the current model of food production.
Yep.
You know.
I just ran upstairs in between episodes, and
Shoveled.
we're going out for prime rib tonight.
Oh, yeah,
so
there you
it's not
go.
completely off the table.
And
I
it's
don't.
fine,
It's not.
yeah.
I don't need to eat it for every meal.
No. The monster in the novel's vegan.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, he states that he would not. He tries it, doesn't care for it, or something like that. But
Okay.
he not. It's not an issue. It's not a huge thing.
Yeah.
But in passing, that no, you can have your meat. You guys do that.
Right.
I'm fine with the nuts and things that I'm able to find.
I went out to lunch with somebody who is a vegetarian. I don't know if she's a vegan, but she said that she just doesn't like meat. She doesn't have any.
Yes.
She doesn't even have any problem with it. She just doesn't like the way it is.
A friend of mine that doesn't eat meat, and it's just because it doesn't sit well.
Yeah.
He has a hard time digesting it.
There you go.
So there we are. Yeah, we get the rhinoceroses and alligators line sort of.
He does say rhinoceros and alligator.
Let me
Rhinoceros and alligator.
Rhinoceros, alligator.
He says it though. He gets all the
actually gets
syllables.
the
They're all
syllables.
there.
They're all there. It's actually discernible.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I guess just by way of saying, they definitely didn't even try this rhinopolis crap.
Because that would have been just unbearable to sit through.
What kind of things are you likely to bump into out in
The wilds of Bavaria.
Ingolstadt? Do they
maybe
even have big cats over there? Probably
No,
not.
I doubt. Maybe up in the mountains.
Okay.
But a bear, maybe.
A bear, sure. There's no way there's an elephant, a rhinoceros. You got to be kidding me.
Unless you have a moat, then I doubt you'd have alligators.
Oh, so Henry might have brought alligators.
Alligators. Oh, the Baron.
Oh, the Baron. Yeah, he's dead.
Henry's
dad
Henry
would
would
have filled the moat with alligators. Totally. Maybe we need
Keep
alligators.
that fucking Burgermeister out of my house.
Crocodiles. I fed alligators. Done. We're done
Uncanny
here.
Frederick
Yeah,
Kerr.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely uncanny.
It's the
Then we get a really, 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 really painful joke, in quotes, about the gargoyle that's apparently...
couldn't disagree more. It's a fun season.
It's
And I
a
wonder,
hysterical joke, right?
I wonder going forward if this is going to be more of what people should expect from our podcast. Because I've listened to our podcast, and it's surprising to me sometimes that we disagree a lot more than we used to.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's because
general assumption is that we just have different opinions about this film. But I wonder if it'll continue through some of the other films too. I know we're going to agree on Bud Abbott, Lou Costello Meet Frankenstein. But maybe I think there's been a general agreement about those first two films because they're fucking great.
They're
classics.
outstanding. Yeah.
Couldn't disagree more. I think this is a pretty decent joke, actually.
Oh, it's
that's
awful.
a bore. Like Aunt Fanny? Yeah, that's a good
fucking
joke.
Awful.
It's not great. It's a good joke.
It's terrible.
Well, have you listened to the podcast? Maybe it's just me.
I'm
But
beginning to wonder.
is totally my
I'm
kind of
beginning
joke.
to second,
I would absolutely
second guess my choice of agreeing to do this podcast.
I would absolutely tell. In
3
fact, I
years
did it
ago.
once. I found an article about wild boars or something, and I posted it on Frankenstein Minute.
Yes.
And I made the mistake of doing it wrong, where you couldn't see my comment associated with it, which was it just said like Aunt Fanny. And I remember you responded like, "This has a lot to do with Frankenstein."
Yeah.
But to me, boars and Frankenstein go hand in hand because of this joke. Like Aunt Fanny.
Oh, it's terrible.
So you see, boar is a homonym.
I understand the joke. I'm just
oh,
saying it's
okay.
not
All
funny.
right. I thought you needed me to.
No.
I just like to pull out the word homonym.
Yeah, no, that's great.
a homonym.
It's a good $5 word.
That's a
to
good
throw in
$5
there.
word.
Yeah.
It's spelled differently, pronounced the same,
Means
something completely
yes,
different.
I get the
The
joke.
wild boar. No, Tom. A wild boar. Not like Aunt Fanny. She's very condescending. No, Peter.
No, you fucking.
She does kind of talk to him like she barely knows him. No, Peter. She's like a school.
I will say that Wolf is more personable with him than she is.
Totally.
So
She's
yeah,
like, tolerates
I
him.
think the first scene with them tells us a lot.
Yeah.
That we're 2 minutes out of town.
Yeah.
You just
Go to bed.
go to bed.
Go to bed.
Just stop talking.
I'm leaving. Fuck off. Okay, so whose side of the family?
That's
is
what I
Aunt
was gonna.
Fanny?
That's what I was gonna. I don't think she's a Frankenstein.
Okay. Well, here's what I think, because I've watched it a few times.
Fanny Frank.
Everybody laughs.
Unless it's
right?
Wolf's sister. but
Amelia laughs, Wolf laughs, and Elsa laughs.
Elsa laughs.
But I think that Elsa doesn't laugh very much, and Wolf looks slightly guilty about it, like, oh, whoops, kind of look, and looks up at Elsa. So the assumption
I
is,
think it's
in my
Elsa's-
part, I think it's Elsa's sister.
Sister, yes.
Yeah, and it would be really awesome if after Peter left the room, if Elsa was like, okay, my sister is a boar, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
at
really
least
cute.
she's not a fucking douchebag like your asshole brother Ludwig. That would be so fantastic.
It was so bad. It was completely cut out of the will.
It's completely cut out of the will.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Ludwig.
Nope. But the joke gets
We'll be
even.
talking about him in about a year.
It gets even worse
And a half.
in the next minute. The joke.
The Aunt Fanny joke gets worse?
Yeah. The sort of. The,
Oh, I see, because it continues.
capper,
Oh,
yeah.
well, okay, all right, that's indefensible. Now you've
that's
got me.
absolutely-
If you're considering it all, it goes on way too long.
Yeah.
But like Aunt Fanny is an okay joke.
No, it's weak.
It's weak, but it's okay. It's a
It
joke.
has
It's
no
an actual
place-
joke, and it's funny.
It has no place in a Frankenstein film.
Do you mean like a Jane James Whale Frankenstein film, like Bride of Frankenstein, where
the jokes
Una
are actually
O'Connor.
funny and
So you find this less acceptable
Yes.
than Una O'Connor's performance
Yes.
in Bride.
yes,
Actually, I'm probably on board with that.
yeah,
I like Una.
yeah. There's just the one moment with.
I like that moment. Okay.
And I don't hate that moment like some do. I just think it's out of character is all.
Okay, for the monster.
For the monster, it's totally in character for Una.
I don't know. It's so strange to me.
Or
That whole argument.
Yuna, sorry, whoever.
I don't think that's. Well, we'll talk about Lugoshi next week.
Don't
but
even.
You see, Barsky spelled it L-O-O-G just to make sure there was no doubt about what we were saying. I think it's an interesting distinction to make, to say that that moment in Bride is out of character for the monster, while we're talking about a movie where one of the main things you don't like about it is that the monster is a killing brute, portrayed as a killing brute. You want him to be more of a on a killing spree in Bride, or you just want him to kill Una because you don't like her.
No, I just wish he would do something than just stand there.
She's not worth it.
No, I know.
He's tired. He just fucking
He just
been on a
like,
killing spree.
killed a bunch of people. Yeah, you know.
You know, those killing sprees,
It's like,
they're
I
exhausting.
gotta stop doing that.
You know, it's true that your second killing is much easier than the first, but that doesn't mean that your 30th killing is a piece of cake.
Yeah, as a walk in the park. Yeah, no,
Walk in the
it's
park.
Still no picnic. Yeah,
A fanny, of course, in England is a reference to a woman's lady parts.
it is here too.
Oh, in the United States?
United
No,
States.
it's not it's a woman's rear end.
Yeah.
No, it's the front part in
Oh, in England? Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's the fanny.
Okay.
Now you learned something.
No, well, I'm glad.
Don't say fanny in the UK thinking it means,
means
I'll give you a
some-
slap on the fanny. It's a
'Cause
different, it's a wholly different thing.
Totally different thing.
Neither one is advisable.
I really wouldn't use either term.
Aunt Fanny.
They seem to be kind of antiquated anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time you actually heard it used in everyday conversation?
To be honest, I think in England it's
Is it
more
still?
often because we just watched a show where it was referred to.
Really?
Yeah, a woman referred to her fanny, and it was a show from 2 years ago. Yeah, I think it's still. I
Interesting,
mean, I
'cause I guess
think
I've
it's
never
considered an
encountered the-
antiquated term, but it's still used.
I guess I've
to
never
mean that.
encountered that. I always assumed it was the behind.
No, it's the front parts.
Okay, all right. Well,
It's
I
the
don't doubt
lady
it.
part.
I don't doubt it because some of their slang is very odd.
Yeah. Yep.
But not like ours makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Why, darling, is an interesting way to. You don't have any notes on the next joke. I hope I don't have teeth like that. You don't have any notes on that.
No, good.
You're going to skip right. You're ready to
I'm
move
just
on to
saying that
minute
it's
25.
followed by an even lamer joke is about all I had.
Okay, well that joke is I hope I don't have teeth like that. And then this is where it totally goes off the rails for me, is actually this next part, because then she says, "Why, darling?" Because why do you need to explain why you don't want teeth like that? That would be horrifying.
Jutting
Especially-
6-inch incisors jutting up.
Yeah, especially if you're 4. Like, your teeth are going to fall out and you're going to get new ones. Oh my God, this is terrifying. And who knows, they might come in looking like that. That's it. That's enough. You don't need to say
Don't need
why,
a
darling.
why, so we get this really, 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 really painful joke that starts here and ends in the next minute.
Well, it does, but the very ending is Donnie fucking up his line.
Yeah.
He says, or he almost says, they'd be hard. And we'll follow you up. Oh, I don't want to forget, it's Bill's Bell update. That's the soundtrack. That sound of a bell is can only mean one thing. It's time for Bill's Bell update.
Oh God, we're getting so close to doing a bit. I just don't.
The show just becomes bits, and all as funny as the Aunt Fanny joke, if we're lucky. Bill's Bell update is pretty quick this week. No bell.
No bell.
No bell this week.
It's a bell-free week.
Bell-free minute.
See? Christ, why does anybody listen to this?